Hey, what's up? Greetings, everyone. It's GleeCon, and here I am, back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thanks for tuning in. What is this show? It's maybe the most thorough show of its kind. I'm not going to say the best. I'm not going to say the only, but it is. I would take a strong wager. It's the most thorough. Look at the episode count. Look at what we do. We try to cover every single thing in completion on this show. Every page of every book, every quest, every line of in-game lore that you can possibly find. We're in the middle of a very long classic era walkthrough. We just finished, oh hallelujah, the Tanaris zone that took us a long time. Check out the past 12 episodes trying to be a completionist in that zone. If you do the math right, that's somewhere in the ballpark of 20 plus hours of play that zone took us. So now we're going to take a crack at it as a horde. I hope it'll happen a little bit easier, so stay quiet and listen as we take Gleek and Soul. This is our enhancement, resto-ish kind of shaman. That's what we're leveling her as. And why are we here in the Undercity? Oh, who even knows at this point? Let's just check it out and find out. So, if you look at the spreadsheet, that's another thing we do on this show. I keep a running spreadsheet of all the different quests in the potential game here. So there are some Horde-specific quests that come out of the Undercity. Errand for Apothecary Zinge is one of them. So that's right there. We have to pick that quest up. The rest are not related to Tanaris. Tabitha's task we might as well pick up while we're here too. Or we can pick up, you know what, I'm going to just pick it up here because as we saw in the last one, that's part of our Zul'Farrak quests. I have a bunch of weird stuff right here. I should probably check the bank. So we'll have a little bit of logistical stuff set up today. When we get on the flight path, I will talk a little bit about those logistics and where we've been. All right, so I'm going to take the nifty stopwatch off because we just recently got the nice rune of the guard captain. Wildvein I'll keep for a little bit of time. This is my quote-unquote healing gear. I probably actually want to keep that in my bag. We have an offhand and gloves. Now these big flasks of mojo, I'm going to stash those, and regular flask of mojo. You know what? I'll stash the Wildvine too. I don't think we're getting any more of those anytime soon. What do I need here? I do need wool. I might just go ahead and bite the bullet and buy a small pinch of wool. These pearls can be put to the side. I won't clutch them any longer. And that just leaves these two pieces of healing gear, which I'm trying to maybe build up a healing set. Manual crowd pummeler, I just have that. I guess I don't really need it. We have all of this leatherworking type stuff because that's what this character mostly focuses on. That hat is a cool pirate hat that sometimes sells for a lot. I have not had luck with the auction house lately. We also have something in the mailbox. Momkin, my main Horde alt, has acquired some goods and sent it our way. So let's find out what that is. Oh, I do have a mount now, which is great. I'm going to buy a small stack of wool because it's pretty cheap. So we're going to do that too, just to get rid of the wool quest here for the Undercity. It's dark iron residue. That can go in the bank too. We don't need that until the Searing Gorge. But that is a stack for the quest that we will need. Alright, so I'm going to go to the auction house, and then we're going to... Someone just hit me with some spells. We'll hit Tabitha's task off. We'll do that. I'm not going to even check it off. And then area for the rest, we're going to have to come back here. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's look at, first of all the wool, because it's not that expensive. We'll do a little run here. Alright, so over here, I just need Mage Weave. Here so I don't need Troll or Orc, anything except Mage Weave, and I have a ton of Mage Weave. So we are ready to roll on the Mage Weave. So we can start turning in Mage Weave while I'm right here too. I'll turn in Wool and Mage Weave right now. Just bet. Just dare me. Okay. Then when we go working our way back, what do we have here? Just Mage Weave for the old Horde as well. All right, so that's pretty good. We do have a quest, Elemental Mastery, which is eventually going to send us into Sunken Temple. I'm not worried about it right now. So all we need is, say, about 18 wool. And then we can get those wool out of our inventory. I can buy this 19 stack for 2 gold? That's ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Why is it so expensive? Six pack per unit. That's actually the cheapest. This right here. This, they're right side by side. They're the same. I guess I'm going to just buy it out. We're going to pay $1.50 to finish off this dumb quest. That's lame. Things are... inflation is bad right now in the game. And in life. Oh. Politics. But I want this quest. We're basically paying $1.50 to free that, to free up a couple inventory slots. That's really what's going on here. Okay, and actually we'll make a small pinch of that back because I'll be able to make some wool bandages with the remaining wool and send it out into the ether. All right. We're going to go out here, and the only other quest that we have... Man, my chair is just... I feel like it's slowly sinking while I'm before your eyes. The only other one we have is Into the Field, which is... actually, I think that comes after we do a couple quests right here. I think maybe this Handle with Care or something. I don't know how that works. Maybe I'll look that up really quick. Into the Field. Because I don't... Oh, it's an extenuation... extension. It's an extenuation. It's an extension of the quest we're about to start right now. So that's all cool. And then that's it. The rest of it, really, I don't think has... We have some Return to Apothecary Zinge, like that stuff, and Rise of the Silithid, where we'll have to run around, but not going to worry too hard about it today. We are going to start right off the bat. First episode, we are going to start with Hippogriff Egg Collection. So, first we're going to turn in the wool.
Best interest to aid the Forsaken during these dire times. Listen closely, as I dislike repeating myself. We currently find ourselves in a dire shortage of cloth. Bandages and simple textiles are running low, and donations are being accepted to bolster sagging inventories. While you'll not receive financial compensation, hence what donation means, your aid will not go unnoticed.
Okay. Thank you for talking to me about sagging. We are currently accepting donations for wool cloth. A donation of 60 pieces of wool cloth will net you full recognition by the Undercity for your generous actions. Our stores are such on wool that we would only need 60 pieces from you total. We should be able to acquire enough from others in the realm to support our drive. If you have the 60 pieces of wool cloth on you and are ready to donate them, I'm able to take them from you now. So, wool, silk, and mage weave, they are all unlocked by what level you are. They're level 60 quests, but they require different levels to unlock. And then if you complete all 3, that then unlocks the ability to turn in rune cloth. You'll see that pop up.
Wonderful. We thank you for your generous donation, adventurer.
Thanks. Okay, 650 XP, 150 rep. Let's do Mage Weave. Mage Weave is running low, and we could use your help to replenish our stocks. By counting on the community as a whole, we would only need a donation of 60 pieces of Mage Weave cloth from you to enable us to reach our goal. Such generosity would not go unnoticed by the Undercity, I assure you. If you have the 60 pieces of mage weave cloth on you and are ready to donate them, I'm able to take them from you now.
Wonderful. We thank you for your generous donation, adventurer.
So now rune cloth is open at this person. I don't know if that's repeatable or not. I kind of have the sneaking suspicion that it is. But yeah, there we go. So we've completed all the wool. I'm going to go ahead and make these. I don't remember what sells more, heavy wool or wool. I'm just going to make, since I have an odd number, I'm going to make the 5 wool. We're going to sell it right here. Yeah, that's it for now on that. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to sell that. I'm going to go ahead and put my healing gear here. We're going to work with this rest of this stuff after. We still need some leather working to going on. All right, to going on. My English is great today. I am just shot out. I had... So... like I said, we'll talk about it when we start to fly. But I'll catch you up on my real life when we finally start to fly. I guess I should buy 1 Ankh. Because I used 1, we died last time or something. Alright, let's go get Tabitha's task. You can get this from not just her. You can get it from other spots as well.
I am well met, adventurer.
We're not going to turn it in right now.
My advice to you is this. As you travel the world, be wary of magic, for it will burn the untrained.
Rumor is that Tabitha, a mage colleague who lives deep in Dustwallow Marsh, has a bone to pick with a certain sand troll in Zul'Farrak. If you speak with Tabitha, she can tell you more. And bring some friends with you, adventurer. If Tabitha has you go to Zul'Farrak, then you're not going to want to go alone. You will find Tabitha's cottage west of Faramore and just north of the Stone Mall ruin.
Alright, so that is why we looked up this quest on the very last episode we did a couple days ago. And I had the notice, like, hey, a lot of the times if you do, like, quests like this or whatever, it will point out, like, you can click different links in Wowhead. And this one didn't have one, so I was like, I'm taking that to mean that they are verbatim the same across the board for all of them. And that right there, and I just know this because we just did it, and I remember that line about the bone being picked, it's verbatim the same. So Tabitha's task is a verbatim across the board quest. That's for whatever, nothing to change. So if we go for quests in order, we just picked up Tabitha's task, we picked up the Undercity version, and now we're going to go over to the part that I've opened up on our walkthrough sheet, and we have Zul'Farrak. We're going to go ahead and paste this because we've started that also. Okay, so we have picked up a lot of the Zul'Farrak quests. We haven't run it yet. We're going to, as we go through this game, we're going to pick up Zul'Farrak quests from our list right here. We're going to need to go to Booty Bay. We're going to need to do a few different things before we pick up other specific quests. We already have the Spider God quest. Now we picked that one up. Okay. That looks good for now. There is no breadcrumb for Gazrilla. We don't have to worry about that. All right, let's go do our other one here. The Errand for Apothecary Zinge. There were no quests for Alliance to get started. There was no setup. You can just go right down, other than the Zul'Farrak setup quest, you can just go right down to Tanaris and start questing, so that's kind of cool. Horde, I guess, for whatever reason, needs to kind of give you just a little bit of a push to get down there. What is our character? This is our leather worker, so we have done a lot of leather working work. We're up to 247, so, you know, we still need leather, but we'll get some of that as we quest. Alright, so Errand for Apothecary Zinge in the backity back, right here.
What would you ask?
If we are to make our place in this world, then we will do so through study and through the will to ignore our fading human instincts. I talked about that at length last episode.
The Royal Apothecary Society needs your assistance. Listen closely, and both of us may profit from my plan. Apothecary Kiever in the next room may be touched, but his research does potentially bear fruit if it were pursued by a clever researcher. Fortunately, I am such a researcher.
Come on, you messed it up, robot.
Order to Alessandro Luca. the proprietor of Blue Moon Odds and Ends. He'll give you a testing kit. When you have it, bring it back to me and I'll outline your task in detail.
Okay. So, nope. You do not want that. Alright, so we immediately picked up Errand for Apothecary Zinge. This is going to start our Tanaris walkthrough. That wasn't long enough. Okay. We picked that bad boy up. We are ready to go on our journey through Tanaris. That's great. And this one is just a Lady GleeCon special. Hey, go walk 5 feet away and talk to someone over there, because I couldn't possibly do it myself. I love it. She loves it. And then we're going to eventually have to hearth back to Stormwind. Whatchamacallit? Orgrimmar, and start going from there.
Welcome to Blue Moon Odds and Ends, adventurer. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Oh, did we read this order? Did it have an order? It did not. Okay. Yes, and what may I assist you with? Are you here on business for the Royal Apothecary Society, or have you arrived here merely to brighten my day?
Ah, Zinge needs a kit, does she? It saddens me that Zinge does not choose to grace
Zinge.
her sweet presence. Very well, let me procure a kit for you.
Kind of gross. Guys, kind of sketch.
The kit is ready, adventurer. No doubt that Apothecary Zinge will want this as soon as possible. Take it to her without delay, and let her know that I will add the cost of the kit to the Society's tab. Also, please extend to her my warmest salutations. Well, don't just stand there. Such is the life of a simple courier, yes?
I guess, if that's what I am, I'm a simple courier. So there you go, we have another one checked off, and now we've picked up the second step, which is go run back to the girl. Whoopsie, I forgot to add some empty boxes. I hope to goodness... Excusez-moi. I hope to goodness that we will not have to spend as much time in nightmarish egg hunting. We are going to do a little bit of this today. If you've been following the past 12 episodes, you'll see that that was a humongous part of our life. We are going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do it. And I just fingers freaking crossed.
What is it? Remember.
Yes, I think Luca is as disturbing as you do. Okay, good. It matters not. Hand me the field sampling kit. I will need to make some adjustments to it in order to survey for the proper base materials. You have the kit, don't you?
Good. It pleases me to be working with someone who takes pride in not wasting my time. After I make some adjustments to this kit, you'll be ready to head out into the field. You'll be using it to collect some vital data to the task at hand. It will take just a moment for me to finish the modifications. While you are waiting, you should probably start thinking about what you'd like to bring to the desert with you. Yes, I said the desert.
Okay. So we picked that up, and now we turned that in. So that's good. A second one. We've already completed 2 quests.
You will be headed to the Tanaris Desert, testing the tissue consistency of the basilisks, scorpids, and hyena native there. Obtain tissue samples and use them with the testing kit in tow. Expect a chunk of the samples to fail.
Yeah, this quest is
8
kind of annoying.
acceptable samples of each creature type. In addition, the goblins of Gadgetson have a power source that must be used with this kind of modified kit. Speak to Chief Engineer Bilgewizzle and acquire one for the kit. Return to me only when you are successful.
All right, so this is into the field, and that's going to kind of give us this little slick that there's another power source, yada, yada, yada. We're going to mess with that. All right. No. Okay, so now we're going to hearth back to Orgrimmar, and we're going to go turn in some more Mage Weave to, let's maybe do the trolls. And then we're going to decide kind of what we want our life to be, how we want to fly. We do need to make a pit stop at Dust Wallow at some point to talk to old Vivian Legrave. But we also need right now to go to the trolls. So we gotta do that. I should have actually not even gotten on this big old beast. It's gonna kick me off. We're gonna go over here to the trolls to turn in our Mage Weave. Then the trolls, we'll be halfway done with Mage Weave turn-ins, and we're done with everything else except for Rune Cloth. That's all. That's cute. Alright, so after this, we're going to get on the flight path. Let's see where we want to go. We need to go to Dustwallow, but we also need to go to Feralis. So what do we want to do? The Feralis is a mandatory. That's happening. I guess we're going to skip Dustwallow for now. Just go to Feralis, and that will be our other side piece of the day.
You there. If you want to earn the respect of the Darkspear, then you can start by donating valuable resources for those in need.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Textiles and bandages don't grow on trees, you know. Rather than cash in various cloth pieces you find adventuring, donate them. Doing so will earn you the recognition of the Darkspear.
If you want to earn my respect also, yeah, just give me lots of stuff too.
Spirits be with you, man.
Mage Weave is running low, and we could use your help to replenish our stocks. By counting on the community as a whole, we would only need a donation of 60 pieces of Mage Weave cloth from you to enable us to reach our goal. Such generosity would not go unnoticed by the Darkspear trolls, I assure you. If you have the 60 pieces of Mage Weave cloth on you and are ready to donate them, I'm able to take them from you now.
Wonderful. We thank you for your generous donation, adventurer.
Okay. So just like that, between those three things, we've got about 7,000 XP. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. Alright. So now before we move forward in our adventures, we're going to go to Feralis, and we're going to start an egg cluster collection, because that is the absolute worst part of our life. Or that will be part of Tanaris, so I just want to get started working on it now. I usually don't check off. We will mark those donation quests, but they're so weird. Like, I don't even like to count them as a quest on our walkthrough. I'm going to go to Camp Mojache. Okay, so what happens when we come here? Let's just plan that out first, and we'll talk for a minute. We can do it slightly differently. First of all, our base of operations is right here. So instead of going from this flight path here, we only have to go from here, so we get this extra little part. Also, it's friendly territory. We don't have to worry about going around the camp. Great. We do not have to worry about sometimes landing here and coming over there instead. And we can sell the eggs here to create a collection, then go take them back and do a whole bunch all at once. So we're not going to do like a ton, but my plan is, I think, to do 4. We're going to just start by getting a 4-pack turned in and see how good that does it. So we're going to run here and back 4 times and just see how good that starts us off. Alright, as we fly, before we do the alternating assignments, which I've given us, which is looking at the various class quests in the game that we have yet to cover or won't cover on camera, and talking about some things when I lurk in the subreddit of Warcraft Classic or Classic Warcraft Lore, or sometimes Warcraft Hardcore, or sometimes just Warcraft. Before we do any of those things, let's just catch up a little bit. So, it is a very busy, I guess I say that a lot. So it becomes, if I say it's a busy time of year, but I say it all the time, I mean, what does it really matter? I guess I should look forward to the times when it's not busy instead. But I had a lot of work to catch up on this week because I had gone to the work trip Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Unfortunately, my work didn't stop. My deadlines didn't disappear. So while I was working and going to sort of seminars and blah, 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 and then going back and still working and answering emails and phone calls and stuff in my hotel room, the work just piled up, and I had about at least 15 hours of work that I did over the weekend, and I did the first 5 or so on Saturday. And then I just knew I had so much to do. I didn't even finish it all, but I put in a solid 10 hours of work on Sunday. So that's why I just didn't have time to make an episode. I was working on that pretty much all day. And then today was a slammed... I knew this was coming. This is not something that took me by surprise. But I have these certain events kind of during the day, certain times of year when I have to run things that affect everyone. Every single person is involved, and I coordinate all of it. It's very, very, very high stress, high frenetic, like 1,000 people asking for things all at once so they can do their tasks, and I'm the center of it. And I usually call in a staff of about 6 to 8 people to work for me, so I'm coordinating and sending out those people. And then you have to constantly think on your toes and be creative and stay calm. I'm pretty impressed with some of my on-the-fly solutions that I made today. I had some people attempting to create like legal paper trails against me. So I'm fighting the battle of let me get in writing what I've done, since you're trying to publicly get in writing and send giant group emails where you're CCing people that aren't even involved, saying it's just petty crap. Anyway, it's not important to you guys. The point of the whole thing was I do this maybe 2, 4, 5, I don't know, 10 times a year I'll have, and then each one has like triple, like ripple wind down days. So for the next week after, I'm essentially doing the same thing over and over again, but with a smaller and smaller concentric circles of people. So day one is always the most, because it's like literally every single person that is there is involved, every single person. So 1,500 plus people I'm coordinating all at once. But then it drops down a lot to 300 or so, and then to maybe 100 or 200 each day for the rest of the next few days. So it's a lot easier at that point. Like usually I'll drop my staff, I'll drop them down from like a team of 6 to 8 that help me to a team of 1 to 2 that help me for the next few days, and then whatever. Then I borrow these people from other departments, but it's a standing kind of thing. They know at these times of years they're going to get pulled. They don't mind. They're great. It's a great group of ladies, and I pull them, and they are fantastic. I couldn't do it without them. So anyway, I also legally have to provide like a staff training, a few like quarterly, and it's about these events that happen. And I realized today. So anyway, I knew this was coming up, and on these days I normally have to go in to work a couple hours early. So I'm like leaving my house at 5 a.m. And I was still prepping for it Monday night. So that was so also Monday I didn't make a video. So normally lately I make one on Sundays. I'll try to make one for the week on Monday. That's why I'm making one today. I was just working last night too. It just wasn't going to happen. And then I had to wake up so early too, so that was cutting out time in my life. So that's why you haven't seen me, long story short. And then today I did that hectic day. I'm usually just so exhausted and wiped by the end of it. So we're going to come to like her or right inside that building. There's a vendor in there. We're going to do 4 eggs. That's my plan here. We're at just about 8 o'clock. We're going to see how long it takes us to run 4 eggs back and forth. And we're going to fly to Tanaris and turn those in, and then see what we can do, at least maybe starting and picking up quests in the beginning here. So, I like that Redemption song. It's probably my favorite Bob Marley song of all time. Really great song. So, anyhow, I don't think in the years I've been doing this that I've ever had these two things overlap. where I have to make the entire staff. I'm working with the entire staff. And then at the end of it all, I make them sit through a training. So we work the full day, and because it was the monthly, like the monthly staff meeting, it happens on the first Tuesday of the month, which this time just happened to be today. And we will have our big system thing again, where we run the whole school, like, before we have the next fact. It's like in 4 weeks. It's just the way it's cutting off. It's like just before. So I didn't realize that until like an hour before it was supposed to happen. So then I have to make like a 67 slide training presentation in like an hour. Luckily, I mean, I have a lot of the materials. All right, so we're walking down to our eggs right now. If you didn't watch any of the other ones, if you're like, I hate Alliance and I just watch Horde, there are these hippogriff eggs scattered all throughout the high wilderness. You'll probably hear me talk about it a lot. I probably explain the whole process 10 to 12 times over the other Tanaris episodes, but this is what potentially could slow down this zone a lot, because you have to do so much. There are other things. Tanaris has a lot of grindy RNG elements that could slow the zone down. And we didn't even hit all of them, bad luck. It was the eggs. The eggs slew us down. We had terrible, terrible, terrible RNG. I think it took us 22 runs to get all 4 eggs. And my other characters each took approximately 6 to 7 runs. The expected value would be about 8 runs. We just had incredibly bad RNG. And I hope we don't have that. Either way, it will not take us as long on this character. There is a second element where we could lose. There are some other ways we could be screwed. Some drop quest type stuff. So we will not be out of the woods for days. Probably till next week, where we can start to see, like, did we dodge some bullets here? But anyway, so that was just a long day. I had some appointments yesterday too. That was another thing. I had a dentist appointment, and then I went to the passport office, and it was like the DMV of old. It was the most incompetent, slow, inefficient process I think I have ever seen in my life. To fill out this form and get a new picture and pay my money, the entire actual time where I was involved was about 10 minutes for me and my wife. So to do it twice. There were 2 people ahead of us in line when we got there. There is a staff of about 10 people here doing God knows what. It took over 2 hours. We sat there for over 2 hours. I literally could not tell you what on God's green earth these people were doing. It was like every single person in the process took back-to-back lunch breaks, and they had no system in place to, like, well, I guess if the guy that takes the pictures is on a lunch break, then there's no way we can process it. I guess if the woman takes a lunch break, there's no way we can hand you the application or whatever. Like, it's just, I literally was beside myself. Whatever. It was actually really funny. There were some really funny moments as I sat there. My wife and I, she's my best friend for a reason, and it was pretty funny that I'm telling you, I think it would be a boring show, but if they wanted some ideas for characters on a sitcom, go to the public library. Like, it was just, I had my wife like rolling, laughing. Like, it was pretty good. There was, oh my gosh. mean, you saw a couple of like families that came in where it was like, hey, I'm a middle-aged mom and I'm coming in my yoga pants with my 5-year-old kid to check out a book. Okay, cool. That's normal. I feel like that's pretty much what the library should be for. The fact that they've combined it, and this is where we go to get the passport. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't remember if I mentioned this. This was all at the public library. Because that's, for whatever reason, that's how my town does their passport. You go to the public library to get it. Cool. I don't know. Maybe that's how your town does it too. I don't know. Ow. Got busted by this dude. I don't even want to drop my little slow thing. So, and you know, there were like a couple normal just looking people, like women, library kind of women, like early 30s, glasses, hair up in a bun. Just, I work at a library. Just normal looking people. And then, like, one of the dudes, the guy that actually like took our pictures and processed us, he was basically like the sloth from the Zootopia movie. Like, that was the way he moved. He was just so physically slow, and he talked so slow. So that was obviously part of the slowing down process. And then the other guy that was behind the counter, like, just telling us to wait. Like, I literally don't know what this guy's job was. Literally did not see him do anything other than tell people it's not their turn yet when they asked him for the 50th time. Was like bright, hot pink, long sleeve shirt, long, scraggly blonde, comb over glasses. He just was like such a TV character. There was a guy working on his coding, maybe a class, maybe a hobby, I don't know. Basically, like, very bald, white on black font on white black back screen, like HTML style, maybe some Java coding. I can't tell exactly what it was, but it's very, very basic, very white, like entry level coding. And he's like wearing all exercise gear, chugging out of a big gallon jug of water. So right now what we're going to do is come sell this egg. We have to be careful that we do not sell anything else on top of our egg so that we don't like mess everything up. But we sell the egg for the 2 gold. And if you look at buyback now, we have this stack. We're going to do that 3 more times. So this is going to save us a lot of time in the long run. The 3rd time, we don't even have to sell it. We just go. The 4th time, I mean. So we're going to go there 2 more times, and then the 4th time, when we come back, we're just going for the flight path and flying back to Tanaris. And then he's like just going out to outside, coming back with change, printing up his page of code, chugging his water in his giant jug. Then there was this guy that was sitting like at this table, an old like senior citizen man, and he was like very meticulously with a folder. He had like folders and rulers and pens and pencils and like white paper, and he was meticulously drawing very slowly with his rulers lines, like making his own graph paper. And then he would very slowly fill out like numbers and words and figures inside these charts. And like my wife, after like 2 hours, like my wife is just like fascinated with this guy. And after like 2 straight hours of where she's just watching him, like every few minutes she's looking at him and staring at him for a while. And he never once looked up, like never once looked at us. He was not caring about anybody else. My wife goes, "Where is he getting all of the data from?" Like, it's just like coming out of his head. Oh my gosh, I don't know. There's like just, it was the variety and like, I don't, it was seriously like that site they used to do a lot about like people of Walmart. It was like that. It was completely like that. And it just was, it was quite funny. It actually, for sitting in a quiet library for 2 hours, not doing anything except waiting, I had a good time. And that just speaks to how lucky I got with my lady. She's a good partner. We've been together a super long time, and the fact that we still make each other laugh is pretty good. And then there's another story, another way I was getting her. So I work with this person who shall not be named. I don't think they're ever going to see this, but let's just say they give a lot of signs. They are a mother of a couple young kids, and they give a lot of like textbook signs of like, I regret every decision in my life. Like, I do not wish, I wish I was not a mom. I wish I had not got married. I want to just go run off, and I don't. And I strongly resent like my husband. I strongly resent my kids. I just am trapped in this life now where I've got a couple like whatever 5-year-old ish approximately, give or take, kids, and she will just frequently tell stories about how she, they're so annoying, and she just wants to, tell them to shut up, and she wants to like have her mother-in-law or whatever watch them. I don't know, stuff like that. So she's always giving these stories, and where it's like, okay, well, kind of too late to unring that bell, but the whole logistics of it is, or whatever, the life story, how it all works out. There you go. We got egg number 2. Is what it is. And parenting is not for everybody. Like, I'm not actually judging the situation. It's unfortunate that you so resent being a parent. And I'm sure if she ever heard this, she'd be like, no, that's not true. But it's true. It's true. I'm going to just tell you right now. It's true. But whatever, you stick it out. She has not abandoned her family. But if somebody was like, hey, put on your bingo card for 2025, person, like you're giving out superlatives for a yearbook, give me the person who is most likely to just run off, abandon their kids, move out of the country or across the country and just start a whole new life somewhere, I would 100% put her down. So I'm working with her the other day, and she's like, so I'm working with her and this very sweet woman that I work with, who's an older woman, like her, she's probably getting closer to retirement age. She has kids, but they're grown and close to having kids of their own type age. And just a very nice, sweet woman. And so we're in there working, and this one that is the resentful one is like, so can I ask you guys if you ever have intrusive thoughts? And me and the other lady are like, I'm just like letting this unfold. And the woman's like, the older lady's like, what do you mean? Tell me more. And then she goes, like when, you're just like in public and you just have this thought, and it's like almost like a fantasy or something, and you just think about doing it, and you would never really do it, and we're like, I don't know. And she's like, what? I'm not crazy. Like, immediately jumps to like, I'm not crazy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And we're like, okay, can you give us an example? And she's like, well, like when you are like at the grocery store and you see somebody like a mom, and she's got like a toddler in her cart, and she's like riding, like coming in the opposite direction, like she's coming towards you, and you just like visualize like what would happen if like someone just knocked that cart over and like that baby just fell out and slammed its head on the floor. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is okay. No, I have not had that thought. Let me just, like, in my head, I'm like, no, that's a hard no for me. Never once have I seen someone, a toddler at the grocery store, and envision them cracking their head open like an egg on the floor. And then the other lady is like, she's quiet for a minute. She goes, can you give me another example? And I was just dying because a part of me is like, on the one hand, I think like she's being diplomatic, like she wants to give this girl a chance to back it up, maybe. But also, she knows what she's doing, and she just wants to get some more of this like juicy insanity. And so I'm just like, yeah. And she's like, what? Another example? I'm not crazy. Blah blah blah. And then I was like, no, we just, that was really specific. I think we need another example. So then the lady's like, like, okay, well, like, sometimes I'm just, like, at home with my kids. And, like, I would, like, never do this, but, like, sometimes I see my kids, and then, like, I just want to just, like, pick them up and, like, yeet them against the wall. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, definitely, I would never do it. It's just... And then we're, like, sitting there trying to make her, like, feel better. But also in the back of my mind, I'm like, should I call DCF? Like, it just needs to be, like, a child protective services situation. I don't know. But I was like... So the other lady is like, well, because then I'm trying to think of like, first of all, no. I have 4 kids, 3 are grown, 1's 14. Even my 14-year-old who creates enormous amounts of, just 14 is not a fun age to be a parent of a 14-year-old. Maybe you disagree. I've done it 4 times. I cannot wait for, saying I can't wait for it to be over, that's kind of extreme because you only get to do this once, but there are parts of it that just like, come on. But I wouldn't say I can't wait for it to be over because, there's not much left after that. They just get more and more independent in a few years. They're off to college or working and having cars and girlfriends and yada, yada, yada. So, no, I will enjoy it while it lasts, but geez Louise, there are frustrating moments. So if you notice, I just sold that second hippogriff egg. We're creating a stack. We're gonna do this twice more. And if you also notice, we're running at about like 8-9 minutes a run, as opposed to more than twice that. It's about a run is around 15 minutes, and I think we're running closer to like 6 minutes, 7 minutes for a run right now. And then we'll go do one big turn in at the end. So we're gonna spend probably half an hour total doing this, and we'll get 4 runs out of it, which is great. So this is, by doing it in this manner, you're more than twice as fast as when you're doing it on Alliance. It just depends on how lucky we get right now and how much we really want to do this. Find it. Someone's asking if anyone wants to help with the escort. I don't really want to because we're on a mission. I feel like I should help. If I was on my own, I think I would help them because it's like right where we're at too. But I also don't even want to loot, mess things up. I'm gonna stay focused. I feel a little bad though. I feel like I would normally want to help someone in that situation because that quest can be a little hard. I did it on both my characters and I was fine, but they're a little bit more equipped. A mage though, you should be able to handle that as a mage. Mage is probably the easiest class to do stuff like that with because you can just blizzard them to death. So anyway, my wife already knows the backstory of my theories about this woman like hating her kids and hating being a mom. And so when I told her about the yeeting her kids against the wall, it was probably my wife's like favorite thing of the week. Like she was just like, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful story. So that's a whole lot of real life, but that's what I've been doing. I've been doing, appointments, doctor's appointments, work. There's our 3rd egg we're gonna get. We will not run out of egg spawn spots by the time we come back. There's already another one back there. there's plenty of them, and by the time you get them all back and forth like this, like there will be more. That's fine. Oh, look, that one already respawned right there. So they respawn almost as fast as it takes for you to go get them. Oh, look, there's somebody's been killing some birds. We can get some free real estate right now. Let's do it. I want the leather. We need it. I like that we can skin these birds. Yeah, so that's life. I will try my best to get some other good, juicy episodes going on the rest of the week. Tomorrow I should be good. If I am, I'm going to try to get a Patreon out tomorrow. Thursday, I should be fine. That's going to probably be a nice one to make a short lore episode, and then I will see whether or not Friday I get one in or not, and I should be good for the weekend. I really should be okay. I'm not fully caught up on work for my life, but I'm getting there. Taking this warrior's real estate here. Taking his leather. I mean, hey. It's there. And we are already more than halfway done with this journey for our third egg. So we got one more. So like I said, about 10-ish more minutes, we should be done with these eggs. And we can talk a little bit about some of that other stuff too. But that's kind of where we're at. So we're starting, by the way, this is Tanaris. If we don't have bad luck, this zone could take us maybe around 6 episodes to do. So a couple weeks at the rate that I've been going lately. Oh yeah, there was one other thing. So I do this presentation at the end of the day, and my thought was like, hey, I want to start my presentation off by like thanking the staff. Like, hey, everybody worked together. Today went very smoothly. I couldn't do it without you. You know, I just facilitate, and you guys all get it done. And that is awesome. And, you know, I just wanted to start it that way. Like, let me boost morale. Because it went relatively smooth. You know, yes, there are some standout jerks, and that always is the case. But most people are cool. Most people appreciate my work. Most people either say nothing or have nice things to say. You know, very few people, like literally just a couple, are like, man, making my life harder. I mean, some might just suck, but even those people, like, they're good-natured. They might just be, you know, past their working prime or whatever, and not very tech-savvy, and there's some tech elements to what we have to do. So it is what it is, but but they might be nice, you know, so it's just cool. But, you know, I've been kicking around the idea of, is my time done in this field? Is my time... Is it time for me to just change sites? Is it time for me to just divert my stream and try to go into a different office or a different department? You know, I am a government employee, as I've talked about before, so the fiscal year ends in just a couple months for us, and where we start planning for the next budget. We have not had an approved budget. What my role looks like next year, there's a very, very real possibility I will take further pay cuts or keep the same pay and be given told I already had to do it this year to absorb another role into myself, and there's a very, very real possibility I would have to absorb yet another role next year. And if that's the case, it's a lot of work. Government pay is not very good. The retirement is not very good. Like, it's there and it's guaranteed, but the amount that you get, it's just like, it's below the national average. My salary is below the national average. So there's a lot of decisions I'll be having to make in the next month or two. Or maybe, you know, whatever. Maybe I just maintain the status quo. I'm not, like, saying anything drastic is going to happen. All right, so we're up to 3 eggs. We're gonna grab our 4th one and be done. So I think like I've just been kicking around these ideas, and I don't know, but I've worked at this particular place, this building, with a lot of the people that work there for a decade. And as I start telling like everyone, hey, I just want to thank you, I kind of started like feeling really emotional. And I was just like, yeah, I feel blessed to work with you guys. And that's it. Like I came off, I felt so awkward. I've like agonized about it ever since. And then I have to give this super dry, boring training that like people are literally falling asleep in after such a long. I literally saw like 10 people falling asleep. I'm like, oh gosh, at least. And I feel bad because I probably would have been falling asleep too. Like I felt really bad. I would not have wanted to do it that way. It's just a legal requirement, and this is when I can do it. And but then I thought after the fact, like, I wonder if like subconsciously this was like the part of me cutting, like saying goodbye, because this is a very last. I do a lot of these whole staff trainings, but there's a very strong possibility this is the last one. This is the last time I will stand up and talk for an hour or whatever. For this group of people that I've spent a big quarter of my life with. So I wonder if that's what was going on. Or it was a hell of a day, and I was just exhausted emotionally, and that is also very likely. Because normally I just want to bounce. These days are so intense. I come in so early, work very, very intensely. Like I usually have 20,000 steps by like 10 a.m. Because I'm running all over physically, just doing a billion different things. And I couldn't do that because then I had to go run this meeting. I couldn't dip out a little bit early because I came in so much early. I couldn't do it. So anyway, sorry for talking so much about my real life. I know it can be very navel-gazy of me, but sometimes, I think in a way, organically, that's what playing Classic WoW is too. The game is so long, and it's about the journey. And, part of the journey of what we're doing as a completionist is this right now, like going and running eggs for half an hour. That we've already done for 10 hours before it. So, like, hour 12 of this show of me collecting hippogriff eggs. There are things that are better content that I can fill the time with as an entertainer, but I don't think that's all of what this show is. Part of it is just the journey. And I thank you guys for... Now I'm going to cry again today. No, I didn't. I didn't cry before, but I'm just so blessed to have you as viewers. That's not wrong, but yeah, it's just... I don't know why some of these I can skin and some I can't. I'll take what I can take. What do we need, by the way? What can I... There's this dude. I don't know what he's grinding. Alright, so these Nightscape boots, they're... Nightscape pants at 14, thick. That's pretty good. Wild leather, also fine, but that one requires the wild vine. Turtle scale, that's just insane. We will get some, but that's so much turtle scales, 24 and 28. Scorpid, like even in the desert that we're about to go to, we are going to get some Scorpid scales. See that? But even that, like that's 14 and 8. Like, who cares? I mean, that is 17 agility is actually... that's worse than my Trip Runner dungarees that I've had since Nomergon. Or whenever you get them, I can't remember, but I think that's what they're from. Alright. Okay. So, that's life, if I do the Patreon, I think I'm on a comic. I think we looked that up too last time. I think the next... So that should be pretty easy. I should be able to get... we did a live action one. We didn't do one last week because of me being out of town. I really hope. I've kind of like. This is a kind of a slightly different. Like the past 2 months, my work has been like fine, not stressful while I'm at work, but I have a ton of really, really long days and obligations in the evenings, work things in the evenings. That period is over. I have this is almost the lightest time of year in terms of obligations. Very few. So that's good. But I am like slammed. After this week, I'll have a couple week period where it feels like I'm not as slammed, but it's going to be like charging up and getting everything ready for the big push. The month of May is insane for me. Insane. But the end will be in sight, because then after May, when it's all done and the final projects are all worked and put a bow on, I'll have this moment before I get new projects where I get to go. I will be going out of the country and out of town in June, taking some time. And then when I come back from that, I'm going to have a decision to make about whether I get in, start working from home, or whether I just kind of take some time and then. I mean, who knows? I might even be done before then. I might have other opportunities. I'm going to kind of give it till the end of this month. I'm going to basically start putting feelers out now, and then in a few weeks I'm going to more aggressively look. But all right. So this is my bike is going. He's just weird. Deshane, he's just saying all these different things. Vita should heal, but that nerd sucks. I've seen the logs. Warriors out heal him, popping heal potions. Okay. Uh-huh. No, overheals galore. Trash healer. The Shane, the type of dude that lays out his tomorrow clothes the night prior. Okay. Serve the type of guy to whisper into a deaf girl's ear, I love you. Like, what? Yeah, this guy, he's just. His humor is taking a dive lately. I don't know. I wonder if it's not him anymore. I'm not sure. It's like someone playing a character. I've actually like literally had that thought where this bike character, I heard they like sold their account or something like that. I don't know, but they seem slightly different. Like whoever has it now is like an off-brand version playing what they think the my bike is gone guy as a character would be, but I could be 100% wrong, and he's just not putting as much effort into his wit anymore, or never did. I just saw some bangers and missed most of the schlock. But I don't know. All right, so now we're getting right on the flight path, and we're flying to Tanaris, and we're gonna just kick it off with the eggs and see how well we do, and then we're going to. I mean, should we do some leatherworking while we're here? I guess, right? I guess we might as well make some nightscape. I can make one pair. It's kind of lame. I guess, like, it's like nothing. Alright, I'm not gonna make it. That's too. I need, like, who cares?
Where would you like to fly to?
Gadget stand. Alright, now we're making the flight. This quest is field testing. Oh, we did get a heavy hide also. Oh, that's lame. It's just like inventory blocker. Okay, so we're gonna get to turn in the egg quests here. Excusez-moi. I've got to do... I haven't done my Duolingo today. I don't want to lose my, like, 800-day streak, so I need to get on that, but I'll do that after this episode. I don't know how much longer we'll go. Let's see where we're at. I think we're at about an hour right now, somewhere, or maybe in that ballpark. Yeah, just over an hour. Okay, I will probably go... Yeah, we can do an hour and a half. Sounds good. We'll run it. We'll run another half hour or so. That'll give us time to turn some stuff in, pick some quests up, and maybe go do like one thing. So it does seem a lot, but we just did all the exterior to the zone pickup. That can sometimes take a long time. And we were running 4 egg runs. So that's actually pretty nice too. So all told, we're getting 6 or 7 quests turned in. Yeah, I've been working to Feralis off camera. I don't know how long, but so far it's been a pretty nice, smooth zone. It seems like it's got 79 quests, but they're almost all exclusive to your faction, so you can really cut that in half. It's about 40 quests, which puts it really on par with other zones at this level. Like Syrian Gorge is not that much below that. That was a quick zone. I haven't really looked down here, but it's all real, like little mini quest lines. It's a pretty good zone to quest through. I mean, we still have this bunch of stuff to do. Well, we haven't. I guess I should be looking on the other. But yeah, there's basically like a hub here and a hub here. I just started. I don't know. Where am I at? So if I'm looking about where I am on the spreadsheet, I am 35 quests down. 3 of those are duplicates, so you could. I mean, I wouldn't even do anything. So yeah, I'm like just below halfway. 79 is it. There's probably some that are fake. Let me go ahead and look right here. Fairy Dragon Muisek. If I scroll to the bottom, the last few are like, I don't know what those are. Refuel for zapping. Again, with the zap, like I don't know if those are real. Dang it, I messed that up. Sometimes I do that. I like to open a new tab. So this is Zap Giants. Where does that even come from? Oh, way back there. It's a 48. Then again with the Zap Giants, it's a 55. Why? I mean... It's a repeatable quest. I see they're saying it doesn't hurt your blood cell rep. If you want to have a friendly rep with both the goblins and the pirates, this is one of the best quests to be done repeatedly. But I mean, what? How many are you killing? 10? Yeah, lame. So it's a repeatable rep type quest. Alright, we're going to start by turning in the eggs. Jeez Louise. So come on over here to the Super Egg-O-Matic. The Super Egg-O-Matic is the latest of Kurgle Cranklehop's inventions. It is quite an impressive piece of machinery. The Super Egg-O-Matic sputters wildly as you approach the control panel. You place the hippogriff egg into the machine. A series of beeps follows along with some strange mechanical sounds. It appears that the eggometer is weighed, measured, and packaged your egg. Now that's speedy service. 4,200 XP, that's pretty good. Alright, so we just completed the Super Egg-O-Matic. Super Egg-O-Matic Step 1. We completed the regular version of it. Cool. So we picked it up and turned it in. This gives us, what kind of egg are we getting? An ordinary egg. So we can talk to her, turn in. Ordinary egg.
For an adventure seeker such as you, if you are up to the challenge. Along with my invention, the Super Egg-O-Matic, I am hard at work aiding the druids with their campaign to save the hippogriffs. The birds are being affected by the evil effects of the Gorduni ogres inhabiting the ruins of Feralis, and their numbers are dwindling. I collect many different types of eggs. Will you help and find some for me?
So we're going to talk to her some.
In a place called Feralis to the west of here, The hippogriffs, longtime companions of the Night Elves, are in danger. I need you to rescue an egg from the ruins of Isildian to the south, there. The Super Egg-O-Matic can analyze any egg brought to it and judge if it is likely to hatch. I then send the eggs along to the druids, safe from the Gorduni Ogre's dark magics. Please know, adventurer, some of the rescued eggs are bad eggs and will never hatch.
Terrible. And let's hear about those Gorduni ogres.
The Gorduni are a large ogre tribe that has control over considerable portions of forests in Feralis. Their dark magic seeps into the elements around them, damaging both the environment and the creatures that inhabit it. If you do decide to travel to Feralis, please be mindful of these ogres. They are quite nasty, and many are able to wield powerful dark magic.
I mean, the hippogriffs themselves were actually more annoying. Alright, ordinary egg.
Very good.
Ordinary hippogriff eggs hatch about half the time. We do our best to nurture them, and with a little luck, they will hatch.
So you have found an ordinary egg, adventurer. Please give it to me. And we can only hope for the best. I don't have much, but please accept this reward. If you ever find yourself in Feralis again, know that I am always here to take the eggs you find there. Off and away.
Alright, so we got ourselves an ordinary one. Whoopity-doo-dah. That gives us some potions and some pumpkins, and it also gives you a little bit of moonberry juice, which we actually could use some of that on this character. 10 rep with Thunder Bluff, and 100 initially. So, we just did an ordinary egg. That was our first type. We're going to check that bad boy off. Cool, pick up, turn in. Alright, now we have cheated, so we get to go right into the store here. There's a store, I think, right here. Engineer.
Greetings, friend.
Hey, buddy.
Can I interest you in some ectoplasmic capacitors? Or perhaps a nice omnidirectional spectral assimilator?
This guy
Let me
says,
break down a little math for you. Goblin plus engineering equals know-how, baby. Anyone who tells you otherwise simply doesn't know how to add.
alright, I don't think this guy.
I've been working on a way to transport oil underground between major cities, but everyone tells me it's a pipe dream.
Stable master. That guy won't even talk to us. Okay. Maybe in here there's a shop. Innkeeper.
Ah, a visitor. Must be an adventurer. We don't get many tourists down this way. Grab a chair and a drink, make yourself comfortable. Say, you look like you have some meat on your bones. You thinking about
Rude.
competing in the cage matches?
That's rude. You saying I'm fat? Alright, here's the dirge guy that we learned our cooking
You
from.
may have been suffering a drought, but there's no shortage of meat. Care to browse my goods?
Alright, so I'm buying my hippogriff eggs back here. This is hippogriff egg 2. We will now turn in the repeatable, the Super Egg-O-Matic part 2. The Super Egg-O-Matic is the latest blah blah blah, same one as before. Okay, so it's the same exact one, it's just the repeatable version. So we have now completed the Super Egg-O-Matic part 2. Isn't that great? Yes. So that's cool. We are chopping these apart, completing them, turning them. Pick up and turn in. So we're actually getting some decent ones. And what do we get this time? Another ordinary egg, so we're already screwed. Good to know we're screwed right off the bat. That we will not be finishing. I mean, that was 3. That's lame. So right instantly we're learning we're not getting. Alright, so we do have 2 more eggs, so hopefully we get at least, I don't know, 1 more. Let's see what we got. An extraordinary egg! That's the one that took us so long last time. That is supposedly the highest rarity, so we've completed this. I've seen very few eggs retreat from Feralis in extraordinary condition. These are eggs of the rarest sort.
Well now, you have one amazing! I hope you always remember the good you have done today.
Alright, so we need, that was extraordinary egg, that's great. I told you, like, when it took us so long, it took us 25 or whatever to get an extraordinary. I kept saying, this is just bad RNG. It is not any rarer to get an extraordinary egg, and you can see right here, we got one on our 3rd attempt. So, whatever. And this is the one where you'll get, who knows what? What did we get? We got an offhand spirit, but we already have an offhand healing, so that's just for sale. Royal Scepter. And we have one more we can turn in. And we shall see what we shall see here.
We may have been suffering a drought, but there's no shortage of meat.
Alright, so this is our last one we have for today. And we are looking for fine and bad. Preferably fine would be better, because bad is, I think, feels like it's the most common. Who knows, for real? We got a fine, so all we need is a bad egg after this. It's awesome.
Very good.
A fine egg is one that will, in ideal conditions, hatch free of the evil effects of the Gordoni Ogre's incantations.
Very good, adventurer. I will be sending this egg to Darnassus, where I hope it will soon hatch. Please accept this as a symbol of my gratitude.
Box of spells. So we got some spirit scroll, yada yada yada. All right, cool. So that's awesome. So that means we did have much better RNG this time around. And we will just, in the future episodes, we'll just keep going one at a time until we get a bad egg. We got 3 out of our 4 eggs right there on one run. Just so great. All right, let's go ahead and pick up and talk to some other people. This is the Dune Mall compound. We'll pick that one up right now.
Just recently, a large bank of nomadic ogres arrived in Tanaris. South of here, they have taken over a large area of the desert and formed a compound. Several smaller bands are currently wandering the desert, some of which have invaded the old troll ruins. The Dunamal compound must be destroyed. We cannot allow these ogres to build up a force. The leader of this band is named Gormaruk the Ravager. I believe that putting an end to his leadership will be the beginning of the end for the ogres.
Okay, so we're picking up the Dune Mall compound. All right, so that's just a normal. I think that's a I think that's one of the quote-unquote harder ones in Tanaris, but it's really not that bad. Okay, and let's go in. We've already checked out inside the store. That's. I mean, I guess we can get these wanted posters. This is a portal. I don't know what it's for. No idea. Oh, this is. I know what it's for.
With some of the technology that was recovered by bold gnomes venturing into Noma Regan, I have managed to construct my greatest invention, the matter transporter. All I need now is a skilled gnomish engineer to build a powerful beacon attuned to the transporter.
So if you decide to become an engineer, then focus on gnomish engineering, there's a thing you can build which is effectively a hearthstone that allows you a chance at returning here to Gadgetzan. Doesn't always work. Winter Spring is the destination if you choose Goblin Engineering. Okay, so we have 2 wanted poster quests. We have wanted Caliph Scorpid Sting. Wanted Caliph Scorpid Sting. The Gadgetzan Water Company of Gadgetzan Tanaris will pay a high bounty for the head of Caliph Scorpid Sting, leader of the Waste Wander Outlaws. His crimes include 1. Murdering Gadgetzan Water Co. employees. 2. Stealing Gadgetzan Water Co. resources. 3. Stealing Gadgetzan Water Co. property. Bring proof of Caliph Scorpid Sting's demise to Chief Engineer Bilgewizzle for an immediate reward. All right, so that's Caliph Scorpid Sting. This is going to be one of the more boring places that we do, because almost every Tanaris quest is a neutral quest, so we're kind of screwed when it comes to that. So it's essentially doing this zone twice. It's going to be more interesting. Is there anything different for Horde? Answer is pretty much almost no, but the more important thing is, like, what will our experience look like? As you can see already, far different. Wanted Andre Firebeard. The vile pirate Andre Firebeard is wanted for crimes against Steamweedle and Gadgetzan. By decree of Governing Council, any who read this are hereby authorized to use lethal force during the apprehension of Andre and his abettors. By further decree, should Andre be deceased or otherwise indisposed during the time of his hearing, his head may act as proxy, and deliverance of such head to Security Chief Bilgewizzle constitutes a binding tenderable contract. Okay, so that's the other one. Firebeard, that's what we got for those 2 last time. Also, okay, I think you can go in there. I don't know if you can do PvP inside that arena. I think, I don't know exactly how it goes. All right, here we have the water pouch bounty.
Adventurer. The name's Luglunket, and we've got an important job for you if you're up for it. Huzzah! Nothing would please me more as a seasoned spigot operator to take any waste wander water pouches you might find out in the desert. That's our water anyway. The nomads have just stolen it is all. The Gadgetzan Water Company will offer you an official care package for every 5 you turn in. Most importantly, though, you're helping Gadgetzan help itself.
Okay, I don't... You're helping us help ourselves. Okay, cool. Alright, then this guy we can actually turn into the field.
Hey, how you doing?
The name's Bill Drizzle, and I am the chief engineer of the Gadgetzan Water Company. What can I assist you with?
Our model 4711 FTZ power sources. We normally use them to power the water wells, but thanks to the vile nomads, we have an overabundance of power sources right now. Sure, I can get you a power source for whatever nefarious science experiment you think you're trying to hide from me. It ain't gonna be free though, person. Nothing's free in Gadgetzan.
Torin. Alright, so this is the field into the field. So we can go ahead and complete that quest. We have another one completed now. There's one to check off.
You want a power source?
Like that thirst.
I can help you with that. Know what I want? I want something to drink. Bring me 5 Waste Wander water pouches, and I'll give you the 4711 FTZ. Now, guess where you can find Waste Wander water pouches? Why don't you walk up to one of the Waste Wander nomads to the east of here and ask them for one? Let me know how that works out for you.
So altogether, because that's just called Slake That Thirst. Altogether, because we are going to technically need to complete the another power source repeatable quest, and we need to do water pouch bounty and the repeatable version of that, we are going to need 20 water pouches, so we'll have to grind them a little bit, not a lot.
You there? It's time for you to be a big helper to the Gadgetzan Water Company. The Waste Wander nomads out in the Tanaris Desert have seized almost all the water wells. Without access to them, our water supply will dry up in no time. If you want to get in our good graces, then you'll help us bring justice to those nomads. Head east of here and bring down 10 Waste Wander bandits and thieves, then report back to me on the double. Justice waits for no man. Goblin, just get on it.
Okay, so that's Waste Wander Justice. That's the first one, which we will also have more Waste Wander Justice. That's what's going to help us really organically get those water pouches. Divine-O-Matic Rod was saving. We'll pick that up later. That's the dungeon one, but I'm not ready to pick up all the dungeon quests right now because I don't want to mess up the Tranrek quest from Stranglethorn. This is where the banker is. I don't really think we need anything right now. Banker. That's all that's really in there. It's nice to have access to our bank here. Down in here is, I believe, the auction house, in case you want to have access to a neutral auction house. There you go. There's one of them. One of the couple in the game. Booty Bay is another one. I mean, not Booty Bay. Yeah, Booty Bay.
Living out here in the desert is rough. I get so thirsty standing outside in this heat.
Let's ask him if he's seen anything strange.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, I did see something I thought was a little strange yesterday afternoon. I was running past some old troll ruins southeast of here. Well, I wasn't really running, more like hopping. The sand's so hot. Anyway, so I was hopping past the ruins when I noticed a camp set up there. Seems like a funny place to set up camp. If you ask me, I would have poked around a little more, but one of those crazy big vultures chased me off.
Okay. So, southeast. There's a troll camp set up down here? Unless they're talking about the Caverns of Time. I don't know what he's meaning.
I've got an idea, see? I've heard of some strange creatures called dew collectors that live to the southwest, and that they are able to store water in special glands. I think that if I could get one of these glands, I could create a drink that would quench my terrible thirst. Do you think you could help me, adventurer? Look for the Cactus Garden, adventurer. That's where you'll find the dew collectors.
Okay, the Thirsty Goblin. This is what starts us on the path. This is near the bottom to go fight the little, I don't know what they're called. Like plant creatures. They're called creatures.
Welcome
right.
to Tanaris, adventurer. How can I be of service to you today? You don't look like a blacksmith to me, but I know how looks can be deceiving.
I'm selling that offhand scepter. This is the guy that gives us troll temper. We don't need that right now. I think we're just about done. We have a couple more quests to pick up as we walk around. I don't know who Quinn is. This is a miner. We don't need a miner. Don't need that. Should never. Just some. I apologize. Please forgive me. Tailoring supplies. This is at least where we can buy threads if we want to.
VizClick will most definitely have your supplies. Take a look around,
If we want to do leather working out here in the desert. Here's a superior armor crafter. He's superior, and this is a gunsmith in case. Oh, he also sells EC throw dynamite. Interesting. This is why it's worthwhile checking out every shop. You just never know what little goodie you'll find. There's Sprinkle. We'll do a quest for her later. And here's alchemy. This is where a lot of good recipes are sold here. A lot of the potions and conversions. This is a great one to go for alchemy. We do not need that. That's not our profession. And then gadgets and water survey out here to the tip top.
We've got a position open for a temporary junior grade surveyor in the Gadgets and Water Company if you're interested. With the nomads seizing all our wells, we need to exploit more free sources of water. There is water to be had in the desert, but only to those smart enough to survey them first. Take this dowsing widget and tap a sample.
This is what will start us.
Watch. It's right inside of the trolls around there. Bring the tapped widget back to me when you're done.
That is what's going to get us started on the Silithid path. That quest, that is really the like culmination. It's really the through line main quest for this entire zone. All right, so to wrap up our episode, we are going to go over to... Oh, I missed a quest. The Thistle Shrub Valley. Somehow I missed that one. Tranrek. Oh, I just never talked to Tranrek, period. That guy. Oh, somehow I guess I missed him. We're not going to... We will get the other two right now, but not the Scarab Shells. Because if you get Scarab Shells, that will stop you from getting the breadcrumb from Booty Bag.
Some people wonder what we're doing out here in the desert. Well, if I told you, then you'd stay and try to make our profits.
Thistle Shrub Valley.
Have you ever seen Thistle Shrub Valley? It's a mighty dangerous place, adventurer. Those strange beasts there, I don't trust them for a minute. Gnarled thistle shrubs and thistle shrub root shapers, that's what I think they were called. Anyhow, I want to get into the valley, but with so many of those thistle shrubs around, there's no way I'm going back there. But here's where you come in. If you clear some of them out, I just might think about going back. What do you think, adventurer? Help me out?
Okay. That is, again, those plant creatures. That's one of the last things we'll do before the bugs. And then Super Sticky is part of that, too. Oh, this is Goro.
If you help me with my newest idea, I'll let you in on a little of the profit. How does that sound to you? I thought so. Head to the tar pits in northern Ungoro Crater and collect me some tar. Not just any tar. Now, you'll need to get it from the beasts that live around the tar pits. Regular tar just simply isn't sticky enough. The plant-like creatures contain chlorophyll in their skin, and mixed with the tar, it's super sticky.
Hurry back!
Super sticky. All right. That is actually, that's a harder one. I think we're a little bit higher level because I think Glee Contessa is only just now 52 after doing all of the things in this zone. All right, to wrap up this level, or this episode, we're going to just go over here and pick up the few quests we have at the pirate port. We're not going down to get Gazridian right now, nor are we going to get Tuga's quest. And then we'll kind of just decide where we want to go. We're most likely going to start the next episode with some Waste Wander pirating. Actually, what we're going to do is we are going to start the next episode. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hearth at the end of this one, and then we're going to fly. I'm going to fly off camera. We're going to fly to Feralis, and we're going to do one more, two more. I don't know. We'll decide when we do the next episode, but we'll start off the next one by doing a couple more for that. We need that bad egg. We'll be running those quests. And that's just part of what slows us down, is the fact that I've got to waste 15, 20 minutes. Maybe we'll do like 2 runs at a time. Forgot about that twisting. Astral Recall only has... See, that's another thing that would make this a little bit easier. Astral Recall. Well, heck, I could set my hearth to Tanaris, and then we'd constantly be able to come back and forth. That wouldn't save us, like, a bunch of time, but it would save us some. Alright, let's check this place out. You can also get the wanted quests right there. Wanted poster there. Hey, here's a fisherman. I think we already bought all the recipes here. Yep. Okay. There's a person, this little girl right here.
You're the help the cartel sent, I suppose you'll do. Listen carefully, adventurer. As you know, I am a procurer of fashionable apparel for the elite of Azerothian society. Kings and queens, war chiefs, and, well, whatever the Horde calls their queens, all wear what I choose is in style. And they pay through the nose for it, which is the best part. So here's what's going to happen. You head down to Lost Rigger Cove and acquire a lot of pirate hats by whatever means. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes, I do. Okay. So that is pirate hats ahoy. Oh, you know what? This is good too because the Screecher Spirit's sending us back to Feralis.
Greetings, shaman. Though time and drink have dulled the senses, my inner eyes remain strong. Screecher Spirits is the name of the quest. I seek the spirits of the veiled Screechers of Feralis. They are the cousins of an old god, and their spirits are linked to him. Take this bramble wand and go to Feralis. Find and defeat veiled Screechers in southern and central Feralis. Then wave my bramble over their fallen bodies. This will coax the spirit to reveal itself. Touch the spirit and collect its essence. Return to me with my bramble and with the collected essence, and I will tell you more of the old god of which I spoke. Okay. Cool. That's called Screecher Spirits. Also a Lobby quest. Yeah, so we got a lot of pickup quest days. So this is good, actually, that we're going to start the next episode. Yuka Screw Spigot. Remember, we are not picking that quest up. It's a dungeon one. I don't remember what it's for. We've already done some quests in here. Yeah. We're here to make a profit, and having our goods stolen is no way to make a profit.
Ah, they want the impossible from me. The Steamweedle cartel wants me to teach the South Sea pirates a lesson. The problem is that I can't be in two places at once. I need to stay here to keep the peace. Of late, the pirates have been disregarding the protection money that the cartel regularly forks over. So I'd like to temporarily deputize you to go down there and show them what for. You'll find them at Lost Rigger Cove, which is not too far to the south. Thanks, adventurer. I'll owe you one.
I now can't unsee this painting right here on the wall. And it is just freaky. The way that guy is staring. Oh, World Ren buffs in 1 minute? Let's hearth. See if we can get in on that Ren buff for next time. That was called, what was it called? South Sea Shakedown. Alright, so we are set up and ready to go. We got 15 quests. I might have missed Rend because that might have came over a minute ago. It probably did. So we're probably already screwed. Everybody's all storing it, so I can't tell. Well, I don't see any Rend. Oh, that's Spirit of Zandalar, but I don't see any Rend on anyone. So maybe it's coming through. Maybe I will get there in time. Or I'll be here in time. But what we're going to do is fly to Feralis to do the Screecher Spirits, get a couple... an egg or two. I haven't decided how many eggs we're going to run. That'll happen in a couple-ish days. I'll be making a Patreon episode soon. If you look at the Patreon sheet that I have going on. Yeah, we're going to read a comic. That'll be a short one, but we will do that probably tomorrow. And then I'll make a short lore episode Thursday, and either Friday or Saturday we'll resume this. All right, buddy. Cool. So thank you, everyone, so much as always for watching, for listening, for tuning in, for joining me on our journey. And I will see all of you next time on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. Peace out.